Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on the Saab 9.3. The 9.5 is getting shelved for a little while because I'm having trouble finding a specific part, unfortunately. Today we're doing brakes. Yeah, we're doing brakes, but we're not just doing any kind of brakes. We're doing a Brembo upgrade on the 9.3. Okay, so that's going to be an interesting thing. These are this is a bolt-on upgrade for the 9.3. It features Cobalt SS brakes. I'm going to go over all the different parts that you're going to need to do this upgrade. Okay. Okay. So the first thing you're going to need are these little sleeves. I'll put a link in the video description to these. I got these from McMaster-Carr. They're real simple. All they do is they slip into well, they slip real easy into these. They prevent the brake calipers from wandering around a little bit. There's just a little bit of slack between the bolts and the holes here, and that means that they wander a little bit. Okay, so we've got as I said, the front brake assembly taken apart. What I need now is to test a couple of things. Now I want you to notice here there is red Loctite on both the bolts that came out of the car itself and the Cobalt caliper bolts. Now I don't have a complete set of these, unfortunately, so I had to go buy a replacement. But this is supposed to hit this shield here, and I'm hoping, because there are some that it doesn't, so I'm hoping to be able to get it on here and test it and see if it fits. Oh, that's nice. Come on. Just barely clears the cover, the dust cover. That's nice. Now, when you're going to take the car apart, you're going to need an E-Torx 20. Unfortunately, that's what these are, and they're held on there real tough. 155 pounds-feet and 30 degrees. That's what I'm going to put the new ones to once I got everything on. But for the moment, I am just testing out. Now this is a number 5 not X, it's a Allen key. This is all for test fitting purposes. This is really close, but it's not rubbing. Okay. Now I am going to put some Loctite on it, which means I need to get it back off. But anyways, some anti-seize, I should say. Which means I need to get it back off. Actually, no, I'm not going to take it off. I'm going to put on the brake caliper. Make sure that I don't need to cut that back, cut that anymore. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so I'm just trying to get this to fit on here, and it looks that's a thing of beauty right there. Well, they do fit, and I don't have to play with the caliper shield. That's incredible. This is a literal bolt-on upgrade. Literal bolt-on upgrade. Okay, so let's get it back apart. Let me put some anti-seize in here and bolt it in place for the final time. And then I'll have to replace this line. This line right here. It goes basically right up in there. Yep. Okay, I've got it all back apart again. I'm just gonna put some, brush some anti-seize onto the center here. Okay, good. Now, the actual bolt is going in with a washer and Loctite. Okay, now you get some set time with Loctite. Okay, get some set time with Loctite, but we're not going to chance it. Never go anywhere without a set of And there you have it. This swap is real easy to do. It works on all new gen 9.3s, but not all new gen 9.3s are made equal. Okay, you'll notice that I had some issues with the with actually putting the brake caliper onto the hub. That gets worse depending on which version you have of the 9.3. On older ones, lower trim models, that sort of thing, you had various sizes of brakes, 288 millimeter, 295, 302, 314, etc. Okay, for anything 302 and larger millimeter, then you actually have you should be able to fit it with the brake dust shield intact. Anything smaller than that, you got to take it off or cut it. I know a lot of people who have done this swap and had to take the had to just cut theirs. Beyond that, the dowels, the dowel pieces that fit in to the hubs, they are not necessary, but they make the job a little cleaner. The end result is something that doesn't really move around very much. Beyond that, it's really simple. Bleeding the brakes, I've been driving this for more than a week now, and the brakes still need to be bled just a little bit. I think the brake pedal gets soft the harder you push it. So I think there's a little bit of air in the lines. Beyond that, however, everything is really nice. The brake pedal is generally firmer than stock, but it's not twitchy. The brake calipers actually do fit over the dust shields, so it can be a little bit fiddly to get in, but after that, real easy. I use, as far as how much the swap costs, now here's the fun portion. This swap can cost you everything from I'd say $300 or $400 all the way up to $1,200, depending on how you decide to do it. The stock Cobalt brake lines will work. You just have to make sure you get them when you get the calipers, if you get used calipers. Okay, but how you price this out really dictates what you get. Okay, in my case, I bought specially bored out rotors for that are originally for the Cobalt SS, that genuine Saab bored out the center bore so that they would fit the Saab 9.3. Those cost me $180 some odd. The steel braided lines were another $85. I bought used calipers for $210 shipped to me, and then a new set of brake pads for about $50 from Advance Auto. That plus some odds and ends takes my particular build to around $500-600. Genuine Saab actually offers this as a complete kit, so you can buy this completely from them. Brand new rotors, brand new pads, brand new with the lines and everything. Comes as a complete kit for about $1,200. It can be cheaper if you if you get it bits and pieces. You can buy brand new brake calipers from eBay or from ZZP for about $450 and so forth. So yes, this can get really expensive. However, you can use used calipers, used the same brake lines that came with the calipers. You don't have to get the brake parts from the dowel pins from McMaster-Carr. That saves you some money, but I'd do that because it's cheap. It was like less than $10. And you can use 9.3 Aero 314 millimeter rotors that will bolt right in. You can get the rotors for about $50 a piece. The calipers for 200 or so. Just look on Facebook into the Cobalt forums. There are people parting out. It's an 08 or newer turbocharged Cobalt SS has these brakes. From there, make sure that you get all the hardware from them. So all 4 bolts, both brake lines, both calipers, and you're set basically. It works just fine, and you're golden. This will provide a little bit more of a performance setup for mine because I have slotted rotors, braided lines, and so forth. But even if you don't want to go that far, the Cobalt setup is plenty enough to give you a lot more fun and a lot more bang for your buck than the standard upgrade. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, please. Tell me what I should do next for this car. There are some other things I desperately need to do to this car. The front end is making a thunk sound. Yeah. I think that the rear lower subframe, the front subframe bushings have perished, and it's moving around a little bit too freely. I could be wrong. I'm going to put it on a lift and find out. It also got hit in a parking lot and the driver's side, which, if you've noticed, I haven't been showing anybody recently, needs to be done. I already have all the parts to do that. I just need to paint them. So that's probably one of my next things. From there, it's suspension, exhaust, and I want to get a set of B20 front seats for it. So if you have B20 seats that you're trying to get rid of, get in contact with me. I'd be interested. This is me reminding you, I have one hand. You have no excuse. Get out there, do something, whatever it is. You like working on cars, work on cars this weekend. Like building model airplanes, do that. Whatever it is, just do something, okay? Have a great weekend.